Hi everyone! Today I wanted to give you a tour of our coop, so let's get started. I'm going to show you, as promised, our coop. So this is a poop coop and it's made of petal kennels and 2x4s for the frame. And then everything else is, well, hardware cloth, as we can see here. And some other parts we used chicken wire. But more about this in just a little bit. So again, as I said, for the construction and to build all by ourselves, if you can get instructions in the internet, you use some 2x4s like here for the framing all around. And then after you have built the frame, depending on the sizes, so in our case the coop is 12 feet long and 8 feet wide. The height is 7 feet. And in order to fully build it, and I will throw in some pictures from the construction later on, is that you use these kettle panels here. And for us to have this 12 feet long coop, we used 3 kettle panels. So the kettle panels are 4 feet wide and 12 feet long. And with the dimensions and distance we made, again, this is how we came up with our dimensions. So, but other than that, I also wanted to show some of the additional features here. Hey, be nice, Simon, leave her alone, go. Yeah. Okay, small distraction here. But, okay, so let's take a look inside the coop. So maybe let's start with our door. So predator proofing is always important, and some animals like raccoons are especially tricky. So we do have 3 different latches here. So we have this wire thingy, just if we need to close it for a second while we're doing something. Then we have one latch like this, and we use these carabiners here, lock them, and then, yeah, Quimmin, now you're locked in. We do have a second one down here, same principle, just close it, carabiner, and good. See, now it's actually, hey Quimmin, what are you doing? Let's open those up again. Hey Quimmer, come on, get out. Oh, you're silly. Alright, so let's get in. So inside our hoop coop, which is our run, we have the actual coop, which is our duck house, where the duckies usually sleep during the night. Other than that, you do see that we have some artificial turf as ground cover, and we are super happy with it. We installed it last year in November, so it's 9 months now, and still looks good. The duckies started some of the destruction here, where they started to rip apart some of the lawn, but anyway, that's just some minor parts. And as everyone knows, duckies love water and they need water, and especially right now with triple digits, they have plenty of water sources. So they do have this large tub here, so that fits usually 3 duckos or so. Then here, this is their water bowl, or their primary water bowl, and also their food bowl. This is where they get their lettuce or, well, any kind of greens for their breakfast or dinner. Back here we do have a 2-gallon bucket. This is also very nice and handy because here it's very deep, or well, deep enough for the ducks that they can actually dunk their whole heads in there and blow through their nostrils, get everything clean and nice. And this is where they usually stays the cleanest throughout the day. So then we also do have Krümel again. Yeah. So this is a smaller tub we have that, see, this is what I was talking about. Dunking our heads. Oh yeah, and drinking, of course. Yeah, right? Getting everything cleaned out, sweetheart? Huh? So yeah, so here this is large enough that also 2 ducks fit easily in. So that means during hot days, all the ducks have some place where they can be. And actually this bowl I was showing earlier, It's also large enough that, I mean, sometimes they just sit in there, they bathe in there. Well, even though they have a water tap and this and this, and they also have the large pool outside, which, well, they can obviously only use if they're outside in the yard during supervised time. But again, right, ducks and water, this is what they love. Huh, sweetie? Yeah. So other features we do have in the coop here are, we do have these string lights here all around the coop. And these string lights are actually solar powered. So if we go outside, this is where our solar panel is. So no cables, no nothing. And these are very nice, so they just automatically turn on when it's getting dark, and then after several hours, depending on how many hours of daylight we had, they turn off. So it's usually around midnight or so. And that's very nice because, first of all, our ducks initially were afraid of the dark. That helped. But then also whenever I need to come in after dark to put them in bed, to give them feed, or to just clean up once more, or during the winter time when it's getting dark early, that way I do have light in here and, well, can see what I'm doing. We also do have these lights here. They are LED lights, they are battery powered, and there are, I would say, emergency lights. Let's say we have a very dark day and the sun was not strong enough and the lights go off before I have a chance to put my duckies to bed, then I can just turn these ones on and I still have some light in here. And then we do have cameras. It's a Ring camera, a sticker cam, and this one is also solar powered. So if we look outside, there's actually a second solar panel here, and this one is from a Ring camera. The camera is nice, so if you check, so this is about the angle we have, so I can see what the ducks are doing during the day, or, well, during the night, or whenever. I can see if any predators are here, I can see if the duckies are doing well, especially when I'm not home. It's very nice to have an eye on my ducks. And what are you guys doing there again, huh? Yeah, duck spy cam, very, very nice. Right now we also do have this box fan here that's running throughout the day because, again, triple digits and the ducks need something to cool off. Right now we also have the garden hose here and we have it on mist actually. So we also kind of let them spray or have their own mist running here for a couple of hours when it's extremely hot. Let's say 107 or even higher. Okay, so back here is one bowl that has their oyster shells, and apparently I need to refill this one. And inside their house, well, it's a bit dark, so let's open the thingy. So inside is their food bowl. So we use pellets, Purina duck food, when we're very happy. That's kind of maintenance food. We don't do egg layers because we don't only have girls, we also have Simon, and if the boys get too much calcium, that's not very good for their health. So free choice of oyster shells and the maintenance food. And then in here, so again, this is their house for the night. Inside here we also do have a camera. I always want to see what the ducks are doing during the night. That's, again, just precaution. In case anything happens, I can immediately see what's going on here. So they do have straw bedding. We do have a foam mat underneath so that it's nice and cushioned. We also put in some First Saturday lime before we put in the straw. And then here, this square is actually where their water bowl for the night goes. So this year, this is the bucket that goes inside their house for the night so that they don't make a super big mess. So we cut in this hole so that, well, they're able to get their heads in, but so they're not able, well, at least in theory, not able to get in there. Emma once managed to get inside the bucket one time, but, well, that's another story. But yeah, so this is the bucket that we do put inside the house for the night, for them to have access to water. So I always have water for them during the night because I extremely hate it if they don't have water. Also the food, they have access to 24/7. And it's, oops, in here because, well, inside the house it will be dry even if it's raining outside. And then with the water, I know some people say, well, it's too messy, I don't give them water at night. But I really hate this idea because they're foraging in the straw, and then they have their nostrils full with the straw. They're thirsty, so no, my ducks always have access to water. No way around it. And what else? So this house is also predator proof, even though it is inside the bigger coop, because, well, you never know, right? In case a predator manages to get inside the hoop coop, the ducks are still safe inside, and you never know. Maybe some weasels are so very sneaky and may be able to get into the hoop coop, but then inside their actual house, they're very safe. You may also notice that the house itself is a little bit elevated, and this is because, well, they're just showing to you, they really love sitting under their house. So that gives them additional space. So they have all the square footage underneath and inside. See, they're apparently right now hungry. Anya just had some oysters. And this is their house. What else? Yeah, so back there we do have a fly trap, sticky one, that helps somewhat. And then outside in the yard, we also have some more fly traps. Maybe a little more about, well, the roof. Here we do have, bamboo mats on top. These bamboo mats really help with shade. During the winter time, we completely tarp it in, so we have a large tarp that goes all the way around the hoop. It's also a white or more clearish tarp so that the ducks still have enough light inside. All around we do have these pavers, so they are also just kind of added security, so they are on top. So the artificial lawn is larger than the coop itself, and the pavers are sitting on top of it so that nothing can dig into the coop, which is nice. And here, I guess I mentioned it already, so we have the hardware cloth here for front and for the sides, all the way up to, what is it here, 4 feet. And then after that, for the very top, we only have chicken wire. I know chicken wire has not the highest safety or security here. Raccoons may be able to get through and rip it off, but since we do have the additional bamboo on top, I'm not very concerned about that. And then secured here all along. I'm on purpose. So yeah, and then wow, so we do have around the bigger tub some of those stepping stones, and it's easier for them to get in and out. And here we also do have some, because we realized, right, our yard is kind of on a slope and the frame itself may be straight, but well, our ground is not. So we do have those just to fill some holes so that no small critters can get in, so that all holes are basically filled. So here on top, these chains with the carabiners are so that whenever I have the house open, the roof, I can just hang it in our cattle panels up here. That way the roof of the house stays open, the straw inside can dry, well, I can access it to clean it, to get the eggs out, or whatever else I need to do. Alright everyone, so this is our hoop coop and I hope you enjoyed the tour. Now you have a little bit better of an idea how our ducks live, what kind of setup we have, what works pretty well for us. Let us know in the comments below what setup you use, or if you've been just inspired to change anything for your coop, or if there are any questions that I've not answered with this video. As always, thanks for watching and see you guys very soon again.